Zinn's Mowers. Today's video is basic mower maintenance, getting ready for springtime in the United States, Northeast Ohio specifically for me. Today's mower, Smart Stove 22-inch recycler mower. Got a bagger, side discharge, and I've got a mulching capability too. Now this mower has a Briggs & Stratton 7.25 horsepower engine, guaranteed to start. I'm going to orient you with the mower before we get started. This down here is your air intake. Your carburetor is behind here. Now there's two knobs that hold the filter on it. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Up here's your oil. I've already drained my oil. My dipstick is on my work bucket, and there's what my oil looks like. And note, there's only 20 ounces, 16 to 20 ounces in here that I've drained, but I've been draining into that for a few years, so it's getting full. Down here is your valve cover, overhead valve, OHV. Then your spark plug hole is behind here. Where my finger is, my camera's not going to really see it, but it's, oh yeah, it is. It's back there. There's your exhaust. And then it's time to go over the parts. I'm just going to show you what I bought for this mower. This is the new air filter. This is the old filter. This is grossly contaminated with dirt and debris and a little bit of oil or whatever else could be in there. Note that this is an oval shaped filter. This is for the newer Briggs & Stratton engines. Anymore, I've been seeing these a lot. Now with these filters, these holes that I'm going to show you in a minute, again, these go inside first and then your cover goes on. So let me take you over there. I'm going to show you how this works. It just slides onto this, one of these two knobs there. They're kind of a pain to get on, but once you get them on, they're good. Then I have the airbox cover. Note that the airbox cover is hinged from the bottom. And then there's the top, the latching mechanism. And you'll find two pins, two openings on the bottom to get the box onto, and then you just close it up. And there's sometimes a pain to close up, but you get the idea there. I got it. Now the spark plug, I bought a Champion spark plug. Normally these come with Briggs & Stratton brand spark plugs, but don't buy those. Those are like $6 when you could save at least $2 to $4 with buying this. Yeah, they're made in Mexico, but they work. I love them. And the tool I use to change the spark plug, and I'm going to show you the old plug anyway too. I got this little tool from Walmart. You don't have to go all out if you're doing this like I am, just basic stuff. You just buy a cheap universal tool. This has worked for the past 5 years. Yeah, I've lost my handle, but I just reworked the hole and put a screwdriver in there, and it still works as it should. I kind of like using a screwdriver with this anyway to get more leverage. Now with this plug, you'll use the shorter end, and there's a bolt on this plug, a hex bolt, and you just work it in and out. It's just like any other screw, right to tighten, left to loosen. Also, I want to discuss the end of this plug. Normally I would sand this off with 80 grit sandpaper until I could see silver. What's the new one will be silver when I take it out of the box in just a second. This is carbon and oil buildup. Yeah, it's got a little bit of oil because I've done hills and oil's gotten up into the top of the cylinder. There's nothing wrong with this engine, but we'll discuss that here soon. Normally I would sand this off, but I've had this plug in there since I bought the mower 2 years ago, so I'm replacing it because it's cheap. You don't need a pocket knife to open this. You just stick your thumb in there and just shake it out. And here's your new plug. I want to scroll down here. the tripod all the way to the ground. This is your boot wire. You want to stick your plug in until you find the hole back in here, and you'll tighten this. You'll hand tighten first, and then, or if you can't hand tighten it, then you'll get my tool here. You slip it on, find your hole back there. You'll then hand tighten first. You got to make sure that's lined up with the threads. You don't want to strip these threads now, because that's your engine block, and if you strip those threads, you could ruin this engine. Now here's your coil wire. You just slip it right under this. Bring it over like it should be over your valve cover. Find your spark plug in, and then put that wire back, and you'll hear a click. If the audio picked it up, you would have heard that, but you'd normally hear that clicking sound when you put your plug on. So that's done. Now oil time. Normally I use Briggs & Stratton brand oil, but I'm using Kawasaki today. It's still 10W30 motor oil either way, and this takes about 16 to 20 ounces. I don't have a funnel right now, but I'm still going to go ahead and pour it. You just pour it carefully, make sure you don't try not to spill. If you can, you pour slow. And about 16 to 20 ounces would be what's left in this jug here. So I probably should get ready to stop pouring right about now. And this is your dipstick. Now you'll want to make sure this is on here tight. And I'm going to pull it up and check the oil. I've got enough in there. So you'll see there's an F and an L. F means full, L means low. You'll just put this back in there. Now we're going to put some new gas in here and start it up. So I'm going to shut this off.